Hi, everybody. It's your girl D Green 2.0, and welcome back. Welcome back. It has been a while. I did a pop culture review the other day as a short, and then I did like a little 6-minute video. But I have not done a recap with you all since I did that messy mashup of episodes 11 through 17 for The Real Housewives of Potomac. No, I did not review the reunion. Y'all, I just gave up. Before I get into telling y'all why I gave up, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell. Tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a monitoring spirit, tell them all. It all helps the algorithm. I don't care. Okay? And then if you can, hype me up. If you cannot, spread the word, okay? Spread the word. Now, I'm sorry. I just want to apologize to any of you. If you were following my reviews for Real Housewives of Potomac and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I gave up. I gave up on Potomac because the content just was subpar. I could not, for the life of me, rationalize why I was going to make time to recap and discuss the episodes of that show, given how much of a bust the storyline became, and then how mean girlish it was. I was just like, no. And then Beverly Hills, unfortunately, me not recapping, that was a casualty of how life picked up for me. Life just started going. So the last review I did, I believe I was on my way to go to the Cardi B concert in LA, and that concert was February 16th, and I think the recap I did was February 9th. It was the night of the Super Bowl. That was the last time I did a recap. And when I tell y'all, life just started picking up. So when I got back from California for the concert, I started picking up steam on my property in Hammond Park. So I rehabbed that. That's ready to go. Hired a property manager. She's helped me out. Had to rehab the house that I was in to get it ready for a tenant. That house is already occupied. Then I was still in the process of moving here, downsizing, because I had to put a whole bunch of stuff in storage. I have never independently, without a partner, handled a move of this scale in my adult life. But I did it, made it work. It was stressful. I had a breakdown, a couple of breakdowns. I even had to go to the hospital on March 11th because my body was talking to me. I was dehydrated. I was stressed out. They found blood clots. Your girl had to calm down. And then, to put the icing on the cake, February 24th, I was told that I was going to be laid off. So your girl was just like, okay, it's time to pivot. We'll get back to the recaps later. But here I am, here I am. So right now, everything is settled. Like I said, my Cobb County house is occupied. I'm in my beautiful apartment in Midtown, like I told y'all. See, I told y'all I was going to move. I wasn't just talking. I did it, but it was stressful. And I love my new space. I love it. I am within 1.5 miles of Ponce City Market. Fox Theater is walking distance, okay? Piedmont Park is within 1 mile of my house. So many attractions. I walk my dog. There's a nice gym here. It's beautiful. I love it. And it's within 10 to 15 minutes of my rental property, which I call my problem area, my little problem child. So if I need to get down there and handle some stuff, I could just get right down there. And I'm within, I want to say, 20 minutes of the airport. Not bad. And I feel so much lighter. So you probably can't tell, but I'm on the 12th floor. In a later recap, I'll give you guys a better view in the daytime. I'm doing this before I go to bed because if I don't do this now, it will not get done. We're going to recap season 17 of Housewives of Atlanta because they got my girl Pinky Cole on there. I like K. Michelle, but I'm more drawn to Pinky Cole. I really, really respect her hustle, her business acumen, what she was able to accomplish within a short period of time, even the failures. Because quite frankly, when you go into entrepreneurship, you really don't know if you're gonna be taking a gamble for the better or for the worst. But the fact that you take that gamble, that's what's important. And she walked out on faith, built an empire, made some mistakes. Yes, she's cleaning it up. There's a lot of talk in the media about that, but I respect her. And I was watching her and her husband and that dynamic. Oh, I love it. That passion, that love. She's a little bit of a freak. I was like, okay, girl, I like you. I like you. So yeah, I'm intrigued. But like I said on my Facebook, if they start giving me the uffery, because we ain't at the 5-minute mark yet, I can't curse. But if they start with the tomfoolery and the uffery, I will drop this like a bad habit because House of the Dragon is coming and the Snowfall spinoff is coming, and I don't need to recap this crappy TV, okay? But I'm gonna give it a chance. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Season 17, episode 1. It's called A Warm Welcome. Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right. Now, y'all know me and my notes. But we only got one page front and back because I got a bigger notepad this time. All right, anyway, so we start the episode off with this nice little silhouette. I could tell it was Cynthia. I've heard other people review and they said thought it was Portia. I was like, no, that looks like Cynthia because Portia's got a certain way and like mannerisms as to how she holds her body. So I knew that wasn't her. They have Cynthia looking at like a few snippets of what's to come in the season. Turns off the TV. She's sitting in front of a TV. She turns around with those cheekbones. Now what else is going on? Really cute. Okay, I get it. That's her little scene. And then we get to a scene with Phaedra and her son Aiden. Man, do I feel old. If I'm not mistaken, it read that Aiden was 15. He will be turning 16 this year because he was born in 2010, and that's when she hit the scene. Y'all, Phaedra used to be my favorite housewife. It was her and Cynthia on Atlanta, but I don't know. Phaedra's become a caricature of just foolishness and prestige for sure, but foolishness and BS that I don't align with is representative of a certain demographic here in Atlanta that I just don't jive with. And I'll get a little bit more into that later because I'm a Cali girl. So when K. Michelle was making her comments about the women here in Atlanta, I felt her. We're going to get into that because that scene's coming up. So Aiden says to Phaedra that she needs to find a rich man like Drake. And then Phaedra's like, well, I'm rich too. Okay, but you ain't Drake rich, all right? So anyway. So then we get to Angela. Here we go. Angela and Charles. Now, I did not watch season 16, but I follow closely, so I heard about Mr. Charles and Miss Angela. I like Angela. In fact, these are the people I think I'm going to like this season. So far, definitely Pinky Cole. Angela, you know, she's up there. K. Michelle for sure. Shamia's like 50-50 for me. Still reading her, but I heard a lot about her last season, and honestly, with it being with Portia and Portia being the type of person she is, I can't say that one person is more honorable or correct than the other. So I'm not going to judge her based off of her beef with Portia. But Shamia is 50-50 for me. Drew, I'm not sure. Maybe 50-50. Cynthia, of course. I love me some Cynthia. Phaedra, I don't know. You're not the same Phaedra that I used to like. Who else is on there? Oh, Kelly. Hell no. Woo. She's a little bit too much for me. A little too much. All right, so let me make sure I got everybody. Kelly, Shamia, because they're a tag team. You got Portia and K. Michelle. Portia's introducing her. Okay, you got Angela, Pinky Cole, Cynthia. Damn, they got a lot of women. I think they got 8 or 9 housewives. Who else? It'll come to me later. But back to my original point. So Mr. Charles and Miss Angela. Now, she's making him a burger, and, you know, she's coming off a bit of a try-hard. Like, she is pushing her husband to show affection. And I've heard mixed fodder about Mr. Charles and that he's, you know, an old school man and, you know, nonchalant, and maybe he's, you know, a certain way because of the generation he comes from, you know, real prickly or whatever. But at the same time, I don't like it. He kind of triggered me. So there was a part in their scene where he made this comment, well, I'm here. And I was like, what the fuck? What is it with ninjas? Just because they feel like they're there, that's the consolation prize of companionship. Nigga, I need you to be more than here. Okay, look. This little decoration statue I have in my room. This is here, but it ain't doing shit, okay? Here's my incense holder. You know, it's got the chakras aligned. Very cool. It's here, but it ain't doing shit, okay? How about this Coke Zero? I'm drinking it, right? is here, somewhat hydrating me, but not really because it's made of sugar, not mostly water. The point I'm trying to make is everybody, everything is existing in this space as being here or there. But how you show up in said space, you are not an inanimate object, sir. You are a person. So I'm sorry, his nonchalant attitude he has towards his wife, I don't fucking like it. I don't like it. And she's a beautiful woman. And granted, we don't know the ins and outs of their dynamic. But I don't like the fact that he comes off as if I'm the prize and you need to work for me, because there are a lot of niggas like that nowadays, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I like my dude to chalant me. Chalant all up in my ass, okay? Don't be nonchalant about me. Don't be nonchalant about me. And I didn't like that scene. I'm here. I said, nigga, no. No, absolutely not. So I'm going to keep my eye on Mr. Charles, but I like Angela. Anyway, so then we get to K, Michelle, and Portia. You know, they got to pretend they're introducing these people as friends, as if, you know, they've known them for a long time. We don't need Portia to introduce K. Michelle, okay? I'm sorry. When it comes to Portia and K. Michelle is up here for me. So I'm not going to take Portia ushering her in as the gospel, because K. Michelle has a name of her own. K. Michelle's been around for a while. K. Michelle has a reputation that predates even love and hip hop. That's where she's from. And she's just an amazing woman. She tells us, you know, they call her Puddin' in the country area and in her personal life. She always wanted to get into country, but she was pigeonholed because she's Black into the genre of R&B. They always try to do that. But she's a multifaceted entertainer, and she is now tapping into country. Beyonce gave her props because, you know, Beyonce did conquer that. But I'm sure Beyonce went through a lot that, you know, she's not going to discuss. So her giving K. Michelle her flowers, rightfully so, because she's walked the walk. Again, the fact that Portia ushered her in, I was like, man, I would have felt better if, maybe Phaedra was ushering her in. I don't know. Portia represents a part of Atlanta that I don't jive with either. And I'll talk to you guys about that once we get into the, actually, let's talk about it now. So I'm a Midwestern girl. I was bred there, raised there, moved to California, became gentrified, and then I came here when I was 37, okay? I'm here in Atlanta. There is a difference. There is a difference. So K. Michelle was speaking about how she went through a lot with women in Atlanta from her time on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And she said Atlanta is a mean girl city. I concur. It's full of pretenders or competitors. And if they get close to you, it's either because they know you, or maybe you could benefit from them, or they could benefit from you. I don't know. I haven't picked up on really authentic spirits in hanging with these women that I have hung out with. That's why I'm real selective about friends here, because I make this joke about Atlanta being called the Black Mecca. It's a black mess. It is there. And I see why people say you can't find love here. I don't know what it is in this city that it's got a dark spirit and energy about it, but it's very dark here. Granted, I haven't touched all corners of Atlanta, and quite frankly, I've spoken to some locals, and the locals say that, you know, it didn't used to be like that, but Portia's born and raised here. So throws that theory right out of it. It's like the people are here about, you know, what they can get out of you, and they call it Scam Atlanta for a reason. I mean, it's a mess, y'all. For anyone that's thought about coming here because of what you think you've heard on TV, and you see a lot of Black people thriving, which they are. I will admit it is easier to get an entrepreneurship here as a Black person, but again, it comes with a lot of other shit too. Like, no lie. I have a friend that just moved here from California, right? I had told her, because I had her son, I said, I got this text message from this place called Esco's. It's owned by 2 Chainz. He has 2 locations here that I know of. One in downtown near Peter Street, and then one not too far from my old house on East-West Connector in Cobb County in Austell. So she went to the one in Austell. No lie. I'm going to give you a play-by-play of what she told me, and she showed me the text messages to prove it. She's at a bar. She says when she walked in, no one was talking to her, right? She sat around, you know, smoked her hookah. 2 hours later, I guess they had, examined the prey and realized, okay, let's talk to her. A lady sent her a drink over at the bar. No, I'm telling you everything she told me. Sent her a drink over at the bar. She said, oh, I don't really take drinks. So then the lady sent her another drink and then came over with a drink with her. And she was on googly eye with her, right? They hang out. They start talking a little bit. Why is this lady at the bar picking up my friend for the DJ that she is secretly fucking, who happens to be the husband of a close friend of hers? And get this, the friend doesn't know. And they were trying to get my friend, the DJ, and this weird chick to go home with them, and the wife is none the wiser. I promise you, shit like that happens here. It's crazy. Not too long, I caught myself going out because I like to go wine tasting, and I like to do grown-up shit, right? But even at these grown-up places where you think people are going to be sophisticated, I went to City Winery to go see Kempire. Shout out to you, Kempire. He was here in August last year at City Winery. So I'm sitting at this table with this married couple, right? And, I'm drinking my wine. I look cute. The wife was, she wasn't really talking to me. The husband was friendly. So as the night went on, they're not finishing their bottle. They offer me some of their wine. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I'm friendly, right? I'll take some. Why the fucking husband was playing footsie with me under the table? It's like, what is the problem here? You can't be loyal to your wife? Like, what the fuck? So, of course, I pivoted and was talking to the wife the rest of the night. That's the type of shit that happens here in Atlanta. No joke. If you ever hear that phrase, Atlanta is not a real place, you just got to come here and see it to believe it. And then I could tell you some tales of some shit. Like, I was just at the JR Crickets the other day. Some ratchet shit happening there in the parking lot. It's just, Atlanta. Atlanta. I have no more expectations. I'll just say that. It's crazy here. Anyway, so they're talking. Let me see. K. Michelle dubbed herself as a mood changer. She is, because I definitely see changing up the mood. She's going to be changing up the mood of this franchise. Hopefully for the better. Hopefully she'll pick up the energy and, doesn't take it down the tube. So, let's see. Portia says her divorce is final. I really don't care. She's in the marital home. She said this to K. Michelle and I didn't like it. So she made a comment like, what singer are you not beefing with? I was like, the fuck? Hold on. If you're supposed to be her friend, why are you trying to put her out here like this? Like she's some problematic chick. Now, K. Michelle can't go there. She's a little sensitive because she's a Pisces. A little crazy. Unhealed Pisces. But nonetheless, K. Michelle is usually provoked. She is like, don't start none, won't be none. She'll be, in the mirror singing her songs, playing her piano, and then someone wants to talk shit. She definitely is going to react. So she is not what you want. Drew, I hope you're listening because I saw how you were trying to throw shade and, on the expense of her. I hope you're ready because she ain't nothing nice. Okay? But anyway. I need to drink water. Oh, look, a guest.
I wonder who that could be, though.
Y'all remember baby girl? She is a trip. She's still my world, though. All right, come give me a hug. Girl, come on. I got to go. I ain't trying to be on here all night. She's on spring break, so she's up. Oh, she's becoming a young lady. Bye, baby girl. Let me finish this recap and then. Okay, bye. Y'all know I do a live over here. I don't do edits. I it's raw and uncut. So baby girl is still. Bye. Close the door. So anyway, so yeah, Drew, K is not what you want. I would pipe down. Anyway, so yeah. When she made that comment about ATL being the city of mean girls, I wrote here, yeah, this is not fit for a happy and pure person. This is not a good fit. If your heart is pure and you have good intentions and you're not trying to scam and you're just trying to be, gotta be careful down here. Gotta be careful because people, and it's sad. It's sad because it be your own people. It be your own people. But anyway, so we get to the next scene. This is Shamia and Kelly. I like Shamia. She seems to have a happy home, but I've heard some fodder about her husband, which I hope is not true. Kelly comes over. Shamia gives her a basket because Kelly has sent her oldest daughter, I think her daughter's name is Chance, off to Spelman. Side note, I took my daughter there on a college tour. Hopefully she still wants to go. But Shamia's presenting a basket to her, and I'm split down the middle. I really did think it was inappropriate, but it's not like she presented the basket to the daughter for the daughter to be impressed by it. The basket had champagne, condoms, birth control. I know, pregnancy tests, shit that you really shouldn't be encouraging a freshman in college to pay attention to. However, Shamia wasn't wrong, because I tell my kids this all the time, my stepson and my daughter, and my nieces. I was once your age, so I know what it's like, and I know y'all be up to no fucking good, and you have a different identity outside of the one that you show in front of your parents. So, realistically speaking, Shamia was right. That's a grown woman. She's going to be exposed to a lot in college. So why not be the parent that introduces that to her or talks to her about that? Now, Shamia, let Kelly do that. So like I said, I was glad that the girl wasn't in the scene when Shamia gave her the basket. So that's where I was 50-50, because it's like, okay, it's not your place because you're not her parent to give her that. But at the same time, as a friend, you are being real and you being honest, and shit gets wild as you become a young adult. So it's best that you facilitate an environment where you all can discuss all of this stuff, because you're gonna do it. You could try your best to be the most pious and the most, play it by the rules type of person, but that's not the case. You're gonna slip. Whether it be you going to a party getting drunk, trying a drug that you didn't know you were trying, something being slipped into your drink, having sex under, just you're hot. It happens because you're human, and then you don't have supervision. So if you're not talked to about that, things can go wrong. So that's why I was like, I was 50-50. Because I heard a lot of people say, oh, that was wrong of her. Who the hell is she? She's being a friend and she's being honest. So anyway, so Shamia, Jackie of all trades, she now owns a rum company out of Grenada. I like that. I like a woman that, again, takes chances, because she was saying how her husband put so much into her and she wants to give back. So she decided to invest in, a business on the side so that she could generate some income. And alcohol, if you pick the right, path, can be pretty lucrative. So good for you, Shamia. I like it. So, Portia is having a party. She can't get the name right to save her life. So she put, Majestic something when she sent the text message out to everybody. On the invitation, it said Mystic. That's Portia and her Portiaisms. But Shamia was saying how she didn't really feel comfortable or that she should attend because, she kind of had a delayed reaction to some things that Portia said on the reunion. And I believe they fell out last year. It got pretty nasty. And so she said she, reached out to Portia via text, and she said, I was met with a lot of hostility. I'm paraphrasing. And she said, I'll just, tell you what was said in the text message. And she starts miming and doing all this and, basically showing aggression via miming. And I was just like, Shamia, you are silly. So I like Shamia. I know I've heard a lot of people talk negatively about her, but I think she's beautiful. I love a chocolate drop. She is so beautiful. Body was tea. Love the short hair. I love a woman that rocks short hair and she looks good. God, even with the mohawk. Whew, like, Shamia, you're bringing out my lesbian tendencies. Shamia. All right, anyway. So, Kelly is annoying. And, she made me even more annoyed because they were talking about how Portia, is having a couples event at her marital home. And, she's having people in the house. And she said, I can't believe she's getting it. Can you imagine her getting busted wide open in the house? And then she was like bent over real obnoxious. Kelly is gonna work my fucking nerve. She is. I can already see it. All right. Anyway, so they get to the party, and this was the rest of the episode. Most of it was spent at this party, which thank God, because I hate jumping around scene by scene, because y'all know how I get. Because I'm taking notes, trying to get better about how I recap, but to know me is to love me. Y'all love me. But anywho, so they get to the party, the Mystic party, not the Majestic party. I put Portia's cute but dumb as hell because her commentary. I think she does that shit on purpose, partially. But I'm just like, girl, we're too old to be acting like that. Like, Portia's older than me. We're in the same age group. And it's just like, this is... Again, it's a demographic in Atlanta. I call them grown girls. Grown girls. Grown women. Grown girls. Now, I'm fun. I'm not like, you know, frigid or whatever. I can be silly, but I ain't the type of chick that's gonna walk in somebody's house and steal their husband. And I'm not the type of chick that's going to joke about sleeping with somebody else's husband as an act of revenge. So that's where the girl part comes in. Because grown women don't fuck around like that. We understand, especially if you're a spiritual woman, which Portia has mentioned to be a spiritual woman. And this is where I say pretenders. Because if you're spiritual, you fear God. You just don't obey God. Or you fear the ramifications of the universe and karma. You just don't talk it. So the fact that she can just willy-nilly go out and do what she does and thinks that there's not going to be any consequences to it, knowingly too. It's not like she's being naive and oh, I didn't know. No, you knew he was married. Because I mean, we've all been there. Like my ex was going through a separation, and he had actually gotten divorced while we were together, but his heart was still there. So it's like, you don't really know, you know what I mean? But sometimes. In this case with Simon and Fallon and Portia knew. And so I just don't, since then I don't really fuck with Portia. I mean, she was already found what she did to Candy. And then that just sealed the deal. And then trying to fight Pilar's grandmother, her baby daddy's mother. And I get it. Sometimes when you're dealing with a ratchet ass dude and his mother reinforces those behaviors, you do want to knock her fucking block off. But grown women know how to do that verbally. We don't get physical. And that's another thing I don't like about Portia. She's quick to freaking throw blows. That's hood rat mentality. So don't get me started. Do not get me started. It is so crazy down here in Atlanta. It is. So, and Portia's from here. Anyway, so then Cynthia comes in. Her man is in Amsterdam, so she's got him on the phone. But I mean, she calls herself bringing him, so she has like this phone case that resembles him with him being on the phone. Cute, love me some Cynthia. She can do no wrong. Then you have Angela come in with Charles, and then her input on Portia having another man in the marital home so soon. Now, I plead the fifth. Okay, this is what I'll say. It's easy to pass judgment when you haven't lived it. Now, in my case, my husband was dead. My husband died. And I did have a man in my home. We lived together. He broke my back up in that house. I mean, it became what it became. So when she was making her commentary on Portia, I'm like, well, shit, Portia gotta fucking move on. Simon ain't here. Simon, he's deported. So shit, if Portia paying the bills up in that bitch, marital home or not, split the back. It's time to get it cracking. It's so funny. Anyway, so then Drew is dating. I believe her and Ralph's divorce is finalized. I'm not quite sure. I really don't care because I can't stand Ralph, so I treat him like... But she's dating some dude named Black. I guess she introduced him last season. He's not there, but he's on the phone. I don't know. He didn't look like what I thought he would look like. Somebody that owns a hookah business, you know, business forward. He looked like a young nigga on the phone. I was like, girl, the Slims are picking down here, y'all. That's why I don't even like dating down here. It really is trash here in Atlanta. God, I'm gonna hold out hope. But it's, yeah, it's a crapshoot. So, Phaedra. Phaedra comes in with her date. She says she's cool with everybody in the group with the exception of Angela because of their beef from last season. Yes, I do know about it. All of his tomfoolery. But I believe Angela has Phaedra's number and vice versa. So we'll see how it goes with those two because used to like Phaedra, but I know Phaedra is very crafty. And, you know, sometimes when she's right, she's right. But at the same time, I like Angela and I've heard good things about her and I like the way she holds herself as far as how she holds herself within the group with the women. So we'll see how that turns out. Let's see. So we have K. Michelle come in. She came in with her husband, who is a dentist. She said they dated off and on, and she's known him since she was in 9th grade. She said she went on that show King's Court because she was trying to get him to figure out what the hell it was that he wanted to do with her. She held his feet to the fire. Why you gotta drag somebody to make a decision? I don't know, but that's how these dudes be. So good for you. I hope it lasts. I hope he didn't do it out of, you know, feeling obligated and he did it out of wanting to be devoted to you and really be with you because it ain't fun to have a nigga around that don't want to be kept. Trust me. Ask me how I know. What you say? Oh, yeah. When they don't want to be kept, they make your life a living hell. They make you feel like, oh, I'm the prize. I'm doing you a favor. So I hope that works out for you. And I hope he's not just with you because of the exposure that he can get from being on the show, because there's a lot of that goes on in society, especially here too. These niggas use you as a stepping stone. I still have hope, y'all, but my eyes are open. My eyes are open. The reality, like I recently had to revisit something and then see the reality of what it was and accept that nigga was never with me because he loved me. He didn't love me as much as I loved him. So I'm just, you know, eyes wide open. I am so like extra critical and none of this lover girl shit to anybody unless you deserve it. Unless you can prove to me. And it ain't like you got to jump through hoops. But the fact is, for me, I know what I bring. So I need to see what you're willing to sacrifice and bring as well before I let you get into Pandora's box. Because that lover girl shit don't work. So like when I'm looking at these dudes and like how they move, especially with them being here in Atlanta, I am a little extra critical. I am. Because they don't make dudes like they used to anymore. They don't. Oh my God. I need to hurry up so I can get some water. All right, so K. Michelle comes in with her husband. Drew says, because she introduced herself and hugs her, she said, oh, I know of Kay. She used to be a singer or is a singer or was a singer. Again, Drew, that ain't what you want. K. Michelle is more of a singer than you. In fact, she was signed to major labels. She's been in like big forums and headline big shows. I think the most you did was something at City Winery, and I saw you riding around in a car singing. Good song. I think it was her song Delusional, because she did have some hits in this recent album she did. You played yourself on The Game. And you played T-Boz in the TLC, the VH1 TLC vibe. Yeah, Drew, tomatoes and oranges, or apples and oranges. You are not on the same level as Kay. But if you're going to be brave enough and go after her, I hope you're, I hope you're ready, because Kay will give you the business. But anyway, so Portia's date comes in, Mr. Mike. I know she with Miss Sway. But Mike, that's the type of man you let fold you up in a pretzel. I mean, hurt. My type. Mike was juicy. He looked tall. He was bald. He had cute eyes, a nice smile. He was chocolate. That voice was nice. And I could tell Portia liked him. I could tell. I liked him too. But anyway, Mike comes in. And so they're asking Portia, how long have they known each other? And Portia is the overlap queen. Because I promise you, she said she met him around pandemic. And we ain't stupid. The North remembers, okay? Shout out to you, Game of Thrones. We remember 2019, 2020, that's when you were doing the whole like Black Lives Matter, getting arrested with Dennis in Tennessee, and then you had the Bolo situation, and then you hit Simon's DMs, and then y'all were married, engaged. You squads him in too? Okay, I got you. I was like, oh, okay. Grown girl. It's like you don't take a break. But anyway, so they asked Mike how they met. Mike's like, oh, through God. Nice, we all met through God. God created all of us. Nice try, bro. Then my girl Pinky comes in. Well, she didn't come in. I'm just jumping ahead. But she is introducing herself because she's meeting with Shamia. Her and Shamia are going to ride together. So I guess Shamia is introducing Pinky Cole to the group. And as Pinky was going through her intro package, she was saying like how far she's come, like how she created this brand, no animal products. I've actually eaten at Slutty Vegan a couple of times and the food is good. And as she was talking about it, I was like, I hope this show does not ruin her image, because what Pinky has done is unprecedented. I mean, beyond the name recognition, she generated like $100 million or something like that. She started franchising, moved very fast in her business venture. I think she was even, she did something with the HBCUs and scholarships. Like, she's no joke. Like, I respect Pinky Cole. So I was like, oh, I hope this show does not ruin her image, because she's the truth. She's the truth. She got out there, guns blazing. Like I said, made some mistakes, but she did it. I'm not even paying attention to what's being discussed about her in the media real time, the whole bankruptcies, and then, her being locked out of her house, but now she's got access back. She had to buy her business back. Again, she took a risk. And if you come from a certain, area of life where you didn't really have a lot of mentorship or a lot of people to teach you the ways, you're going to make mistakes. So I respect someone that's willing to get out there and do it versus just sitting at home thinking about and wondering, oh, what if? Life doesn't happen on the what ifs. Life happens for the people who make shit happen. So that's why I respect her. And I hope she maintains that respect within this group of women, because it can be lost very easily. Anyway, so Pinky's at the house, with Shamia, her husband, and they're cute. I like their dynamic. They're cute. I think they have in total 5 kids. He has 2 prior to her. They hunch so much. They had a kid every year, so they have 3 children together. And yeah, I like that. I like to see healthy, sexy Black love, because they're an attractive couple. They, seem to be really into each other, and I dig it. I dig it. He's a cute dude. She's an attractive lady. Hey. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right. So anyway, Kelly comes to the house with her date, Trey. Everybody like, he for the streets. There's a lot of dudes out here like that. It's quite frankly, it's embarrassing. Thank God Kelly said he was just there for fun and he's nothing serious, because that is embarrassing when you for the streets. That's why I got to be selective, because women in general, like when you want to be something in life and go somewhere in life, you got to have a dude that's disciplined and doesn't have a reputation. Just like men, same thing. I don't want to walk in no fucking party and just know that at the drop of a napkin, this dude could be fucking with some other bitch. Like, no, hell no. Or have been with someone else. No. Have some discipline. So I'm glad he was just fun, but that's embarrassing. And then his ass comes in the house with sunglasses on at night. Why are you coming in the house with sunglasses? What are you, 12? You don't want to make eye contact with people because you're scared? What, because you're living a lie? I'm telling y'all, the rose-colored glasses are off. I don't give no one the fucking benefit of the doubt. None of them. None of them. Absolutely not. Not on my watch. No. So anyway, you got Kay, Michelle, and Charles at the table talking because Charles is being sarcastic and says to Kay that we're missing one more person, and I guess he called them SWV. They'd be a girl group, and K Michelle's like, don't be comparing me to them. That's like me comparing you to somebody. And Charles is like, but I can play with Ray Charles and I make him better. That's right, Charles. Have confidence in your skill set, because what I don't like about K Michelle, but I understand why she does it. K Michelle has a heart on. It's like she wears her success as armor. And if you just sneeze on her wrong, girl, I accomplished this. And I want you to chill, because it's showing a little bit of an insecurity there. So calm it down, Kay. Calm it down. But I'm with you. I get you. I'm not from Atlanta either. So I understand being jaded by these girls, but not everybody's after you. Okay? Not everybody is after you. You don't have to be so combative. All right. So, Shamia and Pinky's husband now arrive at the party because they were running late. Phaedra is commenting on Shamia's body. I didn't like it. She made a comment about, she made such a 360. First of all, she made a 180, because a 180 is the opposite. 360 is full circle. So, lawyer, you were wrong. And you're also making comments about something that, let's not forget, Phaedra, you don't look the same. You've had some work done. So I didn't like the whole, again, that mean girl shit. Why are you over here commenting on her plastic surgery when you know you didn't have some enhancements? You got your breasts done, your face look different, you got some teeth, you're wearing wigs now. You remember you used to wear extensions and you said you didn't wear fake hair? The North remembers, Phaedra. Shout out to you, Game of Thrones. Enough. That's why I said, if they be on this bullshit, I will drop this fucking show faster than a bad habit. I will drop it. And I'm sorry to do that to y'all, but I'm giving you disclaimers already. I can't do it. I can't. So we're going to see how this season goes. Hopefully it goes well. We will see. But, all right. So when Pinky comes in, Kelly says that Pinky is not a girl's girl. She DM'd Pinky and Pinky left her on red. I did make a note of that, but I also made a note. I don't know when you were reaching out to her, but remember how I told y'all I was dealing with so much and I was just handling moves? If Pinky's going through all this business stuff, she's going through a lot in life. I don't know when Kelly DM'd her, but when someone doesn't respond to your DM, if you don't have a pre-existing relationship with them and they already have a lot on their plate, you should not take personal when they don't respond back. So, Kelly, let's not make it so personal. And if you really want to get to know Pinky, bring it to our attention as the audience, because then we will see why you're coming off a certain way. But find it in your heart to maybe reach out to her and then figure out why she didn't follow up with you. Because again, Pinky was dealing with a lot, probably when you reached out. So be mindful of that. And then we get to Kay's commentary on the event, everything that's going on. Before she says that, Phaedra says that she knows Pinky as well and that Pinky's a smart cookie. And then K Michelle and Pinky are sorority sisters. They're both Deltas. And yeah, so Phaedra, K Michelle, Pinky, they all are connected. Cool. Now K Michelle's commentary on the event. She says, "This some Tyler Perry shit. You got Drew's dude on the phone on a Ring camera. Shamia coming up in here with a mohawk, and then I see a white lady with a white wig in the corner." Okay. So then they start talking about, like, they ask all these like random dating questions, right? Because it's a couples event. And I didn't take note of all the questions. There was a question about Pinky's husband, and it was directed at Pinky, like, when the last time y'all got it on, or where did y'all get it on, in public or whatever. And Pinky was like, "Oh, we were looking at a house," or her husband said, "We were looking at a house in Alabama and the realtor was upstairs and we were downstairs," or something like that. And again, I remember just watching her husband talk, like, look at her and they were talking, and I was like, I love their chemistry. I love to see that. I love to see it. The next question was, I think Portia asked someone asked the table, who at this table have you had a sex dream about? And Cynthia, she said, I need to ask at this table who's had a sex dream about me. And I was like, hey, I mean, I get it, because Cynthia fine. I used to have a girl crush on Cynthia when she first hit the scene. I was like, damn, that's a beautiful lady. Them cheekbones and that booty, and then she tall, but you know, Cynthia more like my, I still hit that, but she's more like, you know, like my auntie. Like I would just hang with her and have a glass of wine and talk about relationships. But if we got drunk, I would hit that too. Woo! Lord, I'm not drunk. This is me. I'm not against the ladies. Let's just say that. I think ladies are beautiful. Anyway, let me see. Where was I at? I said, oh, okay. So Riff Raff kicks off the table. Like there starts to be some back and forth between Shamia and Drew about, I guess Drew asked Shamia where her husband was because Drew's husband didn't show up, and then it turns into something. They're going back and forth. K. Michelle gets up, leaves the table. She don't want to be around all that. I get it. They separate. Mike takes the men over because they had like a cigar bar area, so the guys go over there. The girls go sit and they all start talking. And let me see. Oh, they make a comment about Shamia apologizing to the group on her YouTube channel. They all start rehashing beef from season 16. Quite frankly, I didn't watch 16, so I wasn't interested in the fodder at this point. Phaedra says to Angela, because Angela said at the reunion that Phaedra, someone that knows Phaedra, walked up to her at the Hawks game and said, I'm the one with the hands or something. Basically made a veiled/direct threat to her on behalf of Phaedra. Phaedra says that didn't happen. She asked the tapes to be pulled. You know, she tried to pull that lawyer shit on Angela. Then in the confessional, when they asked her if she saw the tapes, fucking Phaedra was lying. Well, I didn't see him. Bitch, you just said you saw they had the tapes pulled. And this is what I'm talking about with Phaedra. Like, I can't lie. Like, as much as I used to like her, she has fallen from glory. Like, Phaedra is a fucking liar. She is a liar. Liar, pants on fire. Phaedra, stop. Stop. It's pathetic. So anyway, K. Michelle walks away from the mess. She's over it. Honestly, I was checked out too because I didn't watch season 16. So whatever they were talking about, I really didn't give a shit. If it crosses over into this season and I can tie it to it, if it interests me, I'll discuss it. But I really didn't care. I didn't care. But I am excited about this season. That's where we left off. That's the end of my notes. So, like I said, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to like Kay. I'm going to like Angela. Love me some Pinky already. Let me see. Drew. Shamia, yeah, I don't like her. Portia, toss up, but most likely not. Phaedra, who else? Oh, Kelly. No. And Cynthia, yes. So there's 6 I like, 3 I don't like. And I think that's enough to keep me interested, at least for these first couple of episodes. Hopefully it doesn't change. For the worse, I mean. On that note, gonna remind you of housekeeping. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'm gonna try to be shorter with these recaps because I don't need to spend that much time. Even with my neurodivergence, I can breeze through these pretty quickly. The way I recap is I tie real world events, personal events, my personal stories in with the episodes, and I recap them, you know, on what I see. So if that's not the style for you, I get it. But if you like the, you know, little anecdotes and the personal relationships that I have and I tie into it, this is a channel for you. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to finish watching Game of Thrones. Because, I don't know, it just came over to you to recap the whole series. House of the Dragon is coming in June, and I did finish watching the 2 seasons again, so that could be refreshed. And I just felt that nostalgia to want to watch Game of Thrones again. So right now I'm about to go into episode 8 of season 2. You know, they're leading up to the Blackwater fight. If you know, you know. And yeah, that's where I'm at. All right, y'all. With that being said, peace and blessings. I appreciate you for tuning in, and I will be checking in with you all next week for episode 2 of season 17. Hope you have a blessed evening, and thanks for rocking with me. All right, bye, y'all.